The Mousetrap is about a group of people at an arcade trying to have some fun, have a few drinks, but they are locked in here with a killer, and now they actually have to try to work together and survive against this killer who has a mask of Mickey Mouse. Interesting. Hey everybody, how you doing out there? So this is the very first time that they decided to do a Mickey Mouse horror movie. You already had, I believe, last year and this year, Winnie the Pooh 1 and 2, which I haven't seen either one of them, so I am a little behind on the Winnie the Pooh universe that they're trying to do there. But on this one, this actually became public domain for Mickey Mouse, I believe, sometime last year. I heard rumblings that they were going to try to make a horror movie. I think supposedly at one point, Rob Zombie was actually going to direct Steamboat Willie, which was the very first Mickey Mouse little short that they ever done in Disney. Well, I was kind of curious about this, and you can actually even rent this movie if you are curious on YouTube. Now, is it something I like? Is it something I didn't like? Well, let's jump right into it here. Going with the likes, the first thing I got to throw out is I really liked the beginning credit scenes. I thought it was really cool. There was very creepy music during the credits, so that actually really hyped me up a little bit more with just the credits. So hopefully the rest of the movie I'll be on a nice little high watching this here, hopefully. Another thing is that this was actually set in an arcade. That's actually kind of cool to have a horror movie setting in an arcade. There are moments throughout this really short movie, I think it's like an hour, 20 minutes, that really got me some really good laughs. So it maybe not a whole lot, but a decent amount, and I was very happy with that there. And then the final like I'm gonna go with is that going into Act 3, there was a very surprisingly cool thing that actually happened, and I'm just like, as soon as it happened, it was like a holy shit moment, and I pretty much did go out like, holy shit, I can't believe they actually did that to a particular character, so I really did enjoy that. And going with the dislikes, where to start? Where to start? I guess I'll go with the actors. Every single actor in this movie, their acting was shit. It was horrible. It was the worst thing I actually have seen, not just this year, but even in past years with movies. I'm just like, I was blown away of how horrible this was. I did not care about any of these characters. I was not rooting for any of these characters here. There are cliche characters that you've seen many, many times, which other ones have done better than this movie here. They have no chemistry with each other, which is actually a shocker here. So it just felt like that these actors just kind of ran around this arcade doing what they needed to do. None of them were believable to each other. The story's so generic, the script, the cheesy dialogue. I'm a sucker for cheesy dialogue. How do you screw that up? Well, this is the first movie that I could really remember that the comedy, the cheesy, stupid dialogue did not work. I'm like, shit. But you know what? I'll say this. For a guy who's been around for over 40 years of my life, I'm like, you know what? Okay, one time. I just hope that it never happens again, but I'm sure it probably will. But this one I was so shocked about. When it comes to the editing, okay, so in this movie we have like 3 settings. The arcade's the main one. We have somebody in a jail cell, and then outside the jail cell we have 2 cops talking to that character. Then we actually have a bar where we have like 4 bullies, which I felt like that if they wasn't in the movie, it really would have not changed anything. But the editing was pretty jumbly, where you have a woman at the very beginning of this movie. She's in a jail cell. As I mentioned, outside the jail cell is these 2 cops. She's telling a story of what actually happened, so it's a big flashback. We already at least know this person actually survived. Pretty, you know, obvious right there, but did anybody actually else survive in this movie? I was just like, wow, you know, it's just like maybe when something may have actually been coming very interesting, and then they jump back to the jail cell, I'm like, oh God. So yeah, now you just kind of ruined a little bit of what I was enjoying just to go back here. So I definitely hated the editing. When it came to the kills, which I thought would have actually been decently good, I was not impressed with any of them. And there's a little bit of blood, but not as much as I would have thought there would have actually been. I don't know if they just couldn't afford it, or maybe they didn't want to have that much blood in the movie. Who knows what the reason actually was behind that there. But all it really is it Mickey Mouse with a knife. Who else has that? Michael Myers, Chucky, Ghostface. I'm sure there's other ones I can't really think of there. But, so you decide to, do the knife thing of those three. And I'm like, you really did pull out all the stops to go as cliche as you can. I guess that was what Mickey Mouse would have actually done for a weapon. Who knows, honestly? I know this is their first attempt. Maybe eventually Mickey Mouse will actually get another shot and maybe it'll surprise people and do a lot better. Who actually knows there? But going with Mickey Mouse, first off, it was very obvious who the killer was. You know what? I don't even know what the hell his motivation was. It was just he puts on this mask and all of a sudden the person behind the mask, maybe the mask itself is evil, I don't know. But all of a sudden the person's evil and they just go out and start killing people. Sometimes I'm fine with just unnecessarily killing people in a movie as long as it's entertaining, but there was nothing that entertaining about it. Oh, and Mickey Mouse's weakness, holy shit, that's what his weakness was? I mean, it was so freaking stupid. I cannot believe that's what it was. That was this weakness that they found of him, and I'm like, I don't know, it felt like it made no single sense to me. That's what his weakness was. Stupid. Just stupid. Oh, this damn movie. And the final dislike is that there is an end credits scene because they decide to have an opening for a sequel. And all I want to say is I do not want a sequel. I don't want a trilogy. I don't want a franchise. If this is what we're going to get from Mickey Mouse, I'd rather have this be a one and done movie. The Mousetrap, I'm going to go a 0.5 star out of 4. Have you seen this movie? Are you interested in seeing this movie here? If you have seen it, do you like it? Do you not like it? Give me a comment down below. We shall discuss it. And I will see you guys in the next film. Thanks for watching.